Thank you for joining our panel discussion on how is big data shaping the digital transformation. My name is Jaslyn and I will be moderating the discussion with our experts from Process Diamond and Data Corner. Process mining is an emerging technology and topic that is being discussed. Today we have Dr. Aliresa, the co-founder of Process Diamond, and Prof. Vala, CEO of Data Corner, to share with us on the topic of process mining. So in the current landscape, business owners are finding that business processes are becoming increasingly complex and complicated. Dr. Aliresa, could you share with us some of the challenges in managing business processes?
Um, sure. Well, a major challenge that process owners face when dealing with their business process is the disconnect between what management actually expects the process to be and what the process actually is. So this is often this is the result of the misalignment between process KPIs and employee KPIs. For example, process KPIs is for example, one of the process KPIs can be complying with certain rules, but employee KPIs can be the number of activities that the employee performs on a daily basis. Therefore, employees sometimes has to, in order to increase the number of activities that they perform, they have to sometimes to use some, let's say, unauthorized shortcuts that that they use in order to get the number of activities up, but this will result in deviating some expected passes. Of course, these problems consequently lead to violating rules or bottlenecks, reworks, and several other process issues.
I understand that there are challenges on the employee side. Now, with the abundance of data and information, how could process mining solve these challenges?
Process mining can use the execution data of the process to visualize the process and the process map, which basically shows how the process is actually executed within the organization. Now, on top of that, we can also visualize the bottlenecks, the delays, the reworks, the sources of waste on top of the process, which allows the process owners to basically identify where actually the performance hotspots are, where are the problems, or in addition to that, we can also allow them to compare the process as it is executed with what it was supposed to be or what it was expected, and with doing that, they can basically identify the places where they are violating certain, let's say, rules or certain behavior that they were supposed to do. So we allow them to check the compliance of their process, as well as have a overall picture of their process highlighted with bottlenecks, reworks, and so on. So there are different ways that there are different techniques in process mining that allows process owners to have a transparent picture of their process.
Interesting to know and to learn that there are actually techniques in place to allow us to identify the bottlenecks in processes. Thank you, Dr. Aliresa. Prof. Vala, would you give us a case example on process mining which was completed in partnership with Process Diamond and Data Corner?
Yes, actually, it is an honor for us that start our business partnership with Process Diamond to introduce it in the Portugal market. And as one of the examples that we started this collaboration, we prepared some POC, process mining analysis for the hospital in Portugal. And also for a logistic company in Portugal, we try to apply process mining to first visualize the logistic processes and detect the bottleneck, aiming to ultimately reducing the processing time.
Amazing work. Secondly, it is understood that process mining could help managers identify process improvement opportunities and also bring upon new innovation on business processes. Dr. Aliresa, could you share with us some of the interesting process mining examples that was done by your team in Australia, with possibilities of such application being replicated in Malaysia?
Yeah, sure. Of course, I mentioned already an example in the previous section where the case of Australian financial institutions, which they use process mining for standardization purposes across multiple branches of the institution. Another company, again, I mentioned that, these are like, let's say, larger examples of process mining that we applied here in Australia, is that they use process mining to understand the reasons behind delays in the execution of their processes. In their case, they found out that the cause was actually being the fact that the KPI of the employees were based on the number of process instances that they were involved in, whereas for processes, it was based on the throughput time of the process. So, of course, clearly there was a like kind of conflict between the KPIs, which resulted in the execution of the delays in the execution of processes.
Great to know. Prof. Vala, let's hear from your opinion. So what would be the challenges to implement process mining in Malaysia, as you know, seeing that there's a difference in cultural and demographic context of employees between Australia and in Malaysia?
As you may know, process mining is a new technology, not only in Malaysia and Australia, all over the world. And in terms of the difference in the cultures and some considerations in applying the new technology, honestly, I do not see that kind of the differences. But if I want to mention to some challenges for implementing process mining in Malaysia, can be three things. First, identifying the data sources and event logs that we need to collect and clean to feed the process mining engine. The second one is make it sustainable. It means that, so maybe you could apply process mining for the last 3 months of the data, but how about for the next week, next month, and so on. So it's important to make this process of data collections and analysis sustainable. And the third one is very important to use this technology in the day-to-day decision-making activities. So it's very important to have the full support of the top management to apply this process mining technology and use that actionable insights in their decision-making process.
Great insights and sharing from Prof. Vala and Dr. Aliresa from Data Corner and Process Diamond. I'm sure and I hope that business managers can actually use all of these valuable insights in their daily operations and activity. Thank you.
Welcome.